yourself. Hey everybody, it's another episode of Go Flix Yourself. My name is Ben Conowitz, and with me as always is the throat goat to my goat boat, Bradford Oman.
Hey, that's me. I don't know what that means.
What is a throat goat?
Oh, well, let me tell you.
Something I heard on the TikTok, and I just repeated it without knowing really what it is.
Oat boats.
No, I'm just joking. It means you're really good at blowjobs, Brad.
Yeah, well,
The throat goat.
I don't know, but I'll take the compliments.
And the goat boat is from Thor. So see, I made it about movies because guess what, guys? I don't know if you know this. It's a movie podcast.
Sometimes.
And also we have a co-host named Nate Laux.
Howdy.
Okay.
What's he to you?
Howdy?
Yeah.
What's he to you?
I am his everything.
If you're the goat, the throat goat to my goat boat.
Yeah. Is he your oat boat?
He's the first mate on the goat boat.
I don't know if I like that.
Yeah. I feel like he hasn't figured out the dynamic on like how to make it work.
I still can't tell you how
this
I do.
metaphor is not working.
Like all I used to guys. All I used to have to do is insult Brad.
It's throwing him off.
That's all I used to have to do.
It's throwing him off. He doesn't know.
Because I don't want to insult you.
If he was a kid and he was taking an
eye
iStep test and like had to like compare things, and they threw like a third one in there, he'd be like, and he would just set the paper on fire.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, real quick. From our last episode, you've had a birthday. Happy birthday to our Benny boy.
Hey, thanks, buddy. I appreciate that.
You're a whopping 40 years old this year.
41.
40 years old.
41. We actually kind of made a big deal of it last year, Brad. I'm surprised you forgot.
And I'm bridging between you two because I'm younger than him. I'm older than you.
I'm just trying to keep you young.
Forever young?
Forever young.
The Mel Gibson movie.
I want to be
It's a movie
forever young. Do you really want to live
We only have an hour.
Me,
Let's
Ben?
do this.
Oh.
What?
I didn't know if you wanted to dance with me.
I'm not going to dance. Brad, did you bring a sponsor today? We're recording a little earlier than normal in the day.
Not just a little earlier. I would say almost 12 whole hours earlier. It is morning here in bright, sunny Midwest Indiana.
Midwest Indiana.
Yeah. Well,
we are. We're in Midwest Indiana, right near Indianapolis, but go west.
And north.
That's not Midwest Indiana. We're in Indiana, which is in the Midwest.
Right, so I guess it's still pretty accurate.
Oh,
Yeah,
my
I mean,
God.
it works. It's just it is a weird phraseology.
Yeah.
Midwest Indiana, you don't hear that often, but it does work.
Yeah, it's Midwest Indiana.
Yeah. Yep. So what did you bring back?
I just have a delicious coffee, Thin Mints.
A Thin Mint coffee
Girl
from where?
Scouts Thin Mint coffee. It's a K-cup, a Keurig K-cup.
So we'd like to thank Keurig
for giving
for
me
legitimately sending
and the
us a
Girl
check.
Scouts.
And the girl, we do love the Girl Scout. The
Girl Spouts.
The Girl Scouts sponsor our podcast.
Yeah, and they have delicious Thin Mint cookies that have been turned into a coffee cup that I put in a machine and gives me delicious coffee. And for a little extra minty flavor, I put some peppermint mocha creamer in it too, just to spice it up. Here, you know what?
No,
I don't want to try that.
Nope.
You don't have to try it.
He's gonna slurp it like an idiot.
I used to make Ben try the stuff. Actually, lately I feel like let him off because he has to try so many things on the radio show now. Yeah, just twice a month, but he cries.
And I know. Listen, we while he does this stupid sip. Yeah.
For ASMR
See, it's
people.
hot, so I can't sip
it
hard enough,
Good.
and now my tongue burns.
Good.
No, but it is minty fresh. So thank you, Girl Scouts. Thank you, Thin Mints, and thank you, Coffee Mate, for your peppermint mocha creamer.
Really appreciate you, buddy.
Are you guys Ben? Are you just like an adult enough where you just drink black coffee?
I'd put 2% milk in it still.
Okay, yeah. I'm trying to get to a point where I'm like my
put
grandpa,
probably
where
like
I just have like
I
an
can't
ounce.
stand it.
dark coffee.
I can't stand
No,
it.
I can't either.
I do
even if it's
milk.
like I get a bunch of different flavored coffees that I like to try.
No.
Shocking.
And so like I'll try it black just to see what the flavor is like without sugar or cream, just to see how strong the flavor is. And you can taste the flavor, but like I can't stand the taste of just black coffee.
You taste the rainbow?
No, they don't have any Skittles yet, but
You
if they do, I'll try it.
You would try it though.
The closest they came, and it was surprisingly delicious. They did a Fruity Pebbles creamer for a little while,
that doesn't
and
sound
it was delicious. I loved it.
But like, don't you still want some flavor of coffee?
And
in
you
there?
and you
Yes.
do, but it's like it's no different than if you got like a tasty drink from Starbucks that has a lot of flavor in
This
it.
is a movie podcast. Let's
I don't like
talk
your
about
attitude right now,
movies.
Ben.
Okay,
We're
so
talking-
first of all, Fruity Pebbles is a Flintstone cereal, and Flintstones had their own movie. They
That's
had
true.
2 of them.
2 of them.
Yeah, Viva Rock Vegas, one of the best films ever made, according to Brad Oman.
John Goodman is he is
Rick-
an American
Rick Moranis.
legend.
Yes.
As Barney Rubble.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You don't get any better than that.
Halle Berry.
Was Gina Davis in that? Who else? Who were the?
No, it was Elizabeth Perkins was Wilma, and
Okay.
Rosie O'Donnell was Betty.
That's right. That's right.
Oh, so sexy as Betty.
Wow,
man.
It was not the best. The movie was not the best.
You know, and speaking of Hanna-Barbera cartoons, I suppose, there was a thing going around Twitter yesterday that George Jetson maybe would have been born July 31st, 2022, according to like some fandom stuff. It's because he was 40 years old in the show.
Who's doing the math on that?
It's somebody found an episode where it was like when he said they
it tells you what his age is, and then you know when the show takes place.
Yeah, so they kind of figured out that his birthday would be probably July 31st, 2022. So George Jetson was
born today
on my mom's birthday, which was yesterday.
Meet George Jetson.
His boy Elroy.
Have you guys seen the Jetsons movie?
There was a Jetsons movie?
Not live action. It's animated.
Oh, no, I haven't seen that.
Yes,
no.
I have seen the animated film.
I used to watch it all the time as a kid. Had it on
Jetsons.
VHS.
I love the Jetsons.
Me too.
Yeah. All right, well, thanks so much for the podcast, guys.
It's been so much fun. Nate, what's the last movie you saw, buddy?
Last movie I saw was a movie on Paramount Plus that just came out called Honor Society. Anybody?
Is that a movie?
It is a movie.
Oh, I thought it was a series.
No, it is a movie. It's kind of like a teen kind of, teenage angsty kind of movie. It stars
Gaten Matarazzo.
Yeah, Gaten Matarazzo.
Dustin from Stranger Things.
Andre Rice, I think is her name.
Yeah, she's from
Spider-Man.
Yeah, she has a big part in the Spider-Man movies with Tom Holland.
She was also in the film with Russell Crowe and Russell Crowe and I forget what it was. It was like her first film, but she did really, really well in there. And then Christopher Mintz-Plasse, who
he's in it.
Yeah, he's in it as well. You know, it's actually, to connect to Ben on this, it was written and co-produced by the guy from Futurama that wrote and co-produced a lot of theirs, David Goodman.
David Goodwin?
Goodman.
Goodman?
I forget. But so it was good. It was fine. It was worth watching. I mean, it wasn't anything I would go to the theater to see, but for something that's released on Paramount Plus, I laughed.
All right. Bradford, how about you, buddy?
I went to go see Nope again.
I saw that.
Saw it for a second time in theaters. My mom hadn't seen it yet. She likes the horror movies.
Yeah, what did she think?
She liked it. She thought it was really good. And
what does Nope stand for, Brad?
It doesn't stand for anything.
It does, actually.
It doesn't.
It does, because Jordan Peele literally was just on Smartless, and he confirmed.
He confirmed?
He confirmed. I listened to the episode yesterday when we were driving.
It was a really good episode. It's not as good as our episode.
He confirmed it.
Because there was a whole thing about theories online about it where like the cast talked about stuff and they didn't like.
Well, I would trust Jordan Peele over
what do
the cast.
What do you think it stands for?
But I'm surprised they didn't know that though.
Here's the crazy thing: is I listened to that episode and I still don't know what Nope stands for.
Wait, you listened to the Jordan Peele episode of Smartless and you can't remember?
I don't listen to it that
it's
closely.
It's not of Planet Earth.
Yeah, not of Planet Earth.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So Jordan Peele's on the show and they're talking about it, and Will Arnett guesses at it and says, "Is it not a Planet Earth?" And so Jordan's obviously playing very coy with it, and he goes, "Well, I don't want to say it, but I mean, yeah, that's kind of, it was that kind of confirmation.
Yeah.
It wasn't yes, it's definitely that." But
okay.
he absolutely was like, "I don't want to say nothing, but like that's pretty good." It was definitely. It made me think that yes, it absolutely would stand for that.
Yeah.
What's really interesting when you listen to people like Jordan Peele, who I'm used to being in the comedy world still, right?
Sure, absolutely.
Key and Peele, though obviously you shouldn't limit to that because he's such a good writer and director.
I actually prefer if we keep people boxed into certain areas and don't let them expand.
Yeah, it is odd though because he's very serious. He was very almost academic about some of the things he was talking about.
Absolutely.
It was really interesting. Really interesting.
I love that show because I do love when filmmakers are on it, because Jason Bateman is a director, and so they get to talk with other directors about things. And I think that the main takeaway from that, like if I'm giving a 10-second summary of his interview on Smartless, was that horror and comedy are born from the same mother.
Yep.
They are twins because you are trying to elicit a shock and awe response. Surprising is always good in horror. It's always good in comedy. So it comes from the same area, and I think that's obviously why he's so good at what he does. But also the thing he does better than anyone on the planet currently is bringing in the social commentary with it, and there's just literally nobody better than him.
I haven't seen it yet. I really want to see it.
Second time, huh?
Yeah, where would you rank it in Jordan Peele films?
Yeah, of the three.
Yeah, like where would you put it?
Is it Get Out, Nope, Us?
I think so, and it's not and I honestly think you could, on a given day you could probably interchange Nope and Us, but like Nope is definitely much different than his other two movies. It doesn't have quite the same thematic punch as Get Out and Us does. There's still some stuff there for sure, but it's definitely Jordan Peele operating in a more like blockbuster horror sci-fi kind of mode. And so it's like it's a very satisfying, entertaining movie. There is still some like stuff to latch onto thematically. But like I don't want to talk anything about that because like it's more fun to experience it because there's a bunch of stuff in the movie that is not seen anywhere in the trailers.
Well, I'm interested in this idea though because the first 2 films that he had really did really well in the award seasons, these kind of things. Do you think this has the power of that, or is it just going to be a kind of a quality addition to Jordan Peele's filmography?
I feel like if it gets any awards attention, it'll probably be technical.
Okay.
I could see it getting some VFX nods. Definitely some sound design nods probably, but yeah, I don't think it's going to be
Best Picture or anything like that.
Yeah, it's not going to reach that level of Get Out, which got that kind of attention. I don't think.
Cool.
What about you, Benny? What was the last film you saw?
I watched before the weekend. I think it was like last Thursday. I was up pretty late for no reason, Wednesday.
Because you're usually in bed by like 9, right?
It's true. I think last Wednesday actually I was up pretty late. And I checked out this movie I've actually seen twice, and it was my third viewing. It's called In a Valley of Violence.
Never even heard of it.
Yeah, what's that?
So it's Ethan Hawke and John Travolta, honestly.
Oh, it's a Western,
It's
right?
a Western from 2017, and I highly recommend it. It's not fun, but it's a very gritty, violent, fun. I say fun because I just enjoy watching.
You love violence.
Well, I love watching a good revenge film. And it's absolutely a revenge film through and through. So it's a revenge western starring Ethan Hawke as a guy. It's a very, very paint by numbers plot. I want to be left alone. I'm passing through your town. Why are you fucking with me? I'm going to bring the vengeance. But it's done very well.
How does John Travolta do?
He's great.
I'm not.
He's great.
I'm not sold on
Here's
John
why.
Travolta.
Here's why. He's not.
I like you say I'm not sold on John Travolta. Like he's an up and comer.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't really understand why everyone likes John Travolta.
When I see John Travolta in a film, I usually don't watch the film.
So these days he falls into the same category before the aphasia stage of Bruce Willis that we knew why he was doing those films. That you're like, what? It's $1 million a day, but that they gave him to be in this just so they can get his name on the poster, and it's a B movie, right?
Yeah,
that's typically what this is. In this film, Ethan Hawke is by far and away the only character in the movie, right? Like he is he's the main lead actor, and he interacts with everybody in this film. And John Travolta just happens to play the sheriff of the town that he's interacting with. It's not a tete-a-tete with those two men.
Is he good though?
He's honestly, in the role he plays, he's very good.
Okay,
he is. Because it's not that role of like, it's not little Bill in Unforgiven, Gene Hackman, where he's the bad guy. He's the one trying to keep peace, and it's the other townsfolk people that are against Ethan Hawke, and he's in the middle of it as a Civil War survivor who's got a bad leg, and he's like in his 70s.
It's set like in the 1700s or 1800s.
It's set in probably the late 1800s.
Okay,
and it's a mining town that dried up, blah blah blah. But whatever. The point is, when he starts to bring the vengeance, John Travolta's character is the one that's trying to be level-headed. Like, can't we talk this out? And he actually does a really good job.
Is there comedy parts to it? Is there, is it just action?
It sounds pretty funny.
It's pretty much just a straight-up revenge western. And
I'll try to watch it.
Karen Gillan, an early role for her. Karen Gillan,
yes.
Who played Nebula.
In Guardians of the Galaxy.
She plays a young woman that fancies one of the characters.
Is she Scottish, or does she?
No, she does an American.
She westerns it up.
She westerns it up.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, third time I've actually seen that movie. I don't typically rewatch movies, as you know, but that one, revenge movies are the ones that I tend to rewatch a lot. So I've seen Man on Fire a bunch of times. I've seen what's the one with Viggo Mortensen, A History of Violence.
Mm-hmm.
Love History of Violence. Just your classic revenge stuff, guys.
Have you seen the movie called Revenge?
With Kevin Costner?
No, that's a different movie.
Isn't it called Revenge though?
Yeah, but there's another.
Wait a minute. Have you seen the movie Revenge? The one with Kevin Costner? No, a different movie.
Yeah.
How would I know that?
Well, it's not the one I'm thinking
of. You're such a jerk. Who's in the one you're thinking of?
So it is.
If you have to look this up.
No. Well, I do because it's You're
such a jerk.
It's a foreign film, and I've seen it, and it's great. But it's Hold on a second.
While he's looking that up, Nate, one time I saw a Facebook post like 2 years ago from an acquaintance in college, a young woman that I went to school with, and for some reason she posted something like, "I'm looking for a good revenge film. I'm just in that mindset." And without thinking, I went to her DMs and I shot her a list of 34 revenge movies that I personally like.
You got a problem.
Yeah, because I have a list on. I've just got a Google sheet.
Both of movies and for revenge.
Yeah, no, and I take the plot points that I like for my personal vendettas.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, no, from The Punisher, I'm going to blow up the car so it looks like a skull. But no, I sent her this, and it kind of just out of nowhere, it just looked like I had went 1, Count of Monte Cristo, 2, Memento, 3. I just kind of went down the list, and she's like, "Oh, hi."
Haven't talked to you in 6 years.
Yeah, I was like, "Oh shit, I'm so sorry." Like, I love revenge films, and here it comes across like a goddamn psycho. I realize that now, so we laughed about it later, but like, it was pretty fucking weird.
She called the police.
I laughed about it later. She blocked me.
So it came out in
Sabrina.
2018, and so the movie follows this girl who is like hanging out in the middle of a desert at this rich guy's house, and it turns into a situation where she starts getting assaulted by him, and so she like makes a getaway for it. And it's a survival, but like also serious, like revenge movie. Like
cool.
It's good action, and really you would love it because there's a lot of violence in it.
That's not why I like revenge movies. I like it when the comeuppance happens. Like,
well, this movie is called Revenge, so you'll love it.
Okay, fine.
Kevin Costner's not in this one, so but you'll still.
John Travolta.
Yeah, John Travolta is definitely in it.
Right.
Definitely, he's definitely in it. So wait, if you haven't watched a lot of John Travolta movies.
Wait a minute.
I
don't think that he. I think he
seen
has
some John Travolta.
Yeah.
movies.
I know you've seen some John
like
Travolta
in the
movies.
last 10 years.
So like you
there's
missed
nothing
Gotti?
In the last like 10 years, there's nothing that John Travolta is doing that makes it's kind of
From
like Bruce
Paris
Willis.
with Love.
You didn't like From Paris with Love.
I didn't see it. No.
Oh.
Okay, well there's a miss.
Bald goatee John Travolta doing action.
I don't know, John. This is going to be really judgy of me, and I'm sorry, but John Travolta's Scientology stuff just drives me crazy.
But you can watch Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
Shut up! You saw the new Maverick, didn't you?
You've seen all the Mission Impossible movies.
I did. No, listen. 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 I did, but I don't see Mission Impossible movies.
Are you serious?
No, I don't like them. Because I don't
Whoa,
like.
whoa,
I don't like Tom Cruise.
Wait
I don't
a
like Tom
minute.
Cruise.
Hold on.
I don't
But
like Tom
why'd
Cruise.
you watch Maverick then?
Because you guys told me I needed.
Wait, hold on.
It's
Wait a minute. What don't you like about Tom Cruise? Don't talk about Scientology.
Scientology?
Why can't I talk about Scientology?
Because he's not making Scientology movies.
What?
If he was out there and Mission Impossible was constantly selling Scientology in your face, I could understand.
Listen,
the Mission Impossible
like the
movies
number
are
2
incredibly crafted action films
sure they
with
are.
unbelievable
I'm sure
sequences
they
of
are.
real stunts.
I'm sure they are. Ben won't even watch sketches with Chloe Fineman.
Yes,
in
he
it.
will. He watches all of them. No, you're really gonna have to defend this because that's crazy to me.
I don't know. There's something about the Scientology thing, especially the way in which Tom Cruise. I watched all the Leah Remini stuff, and I just don't. There's something about him that drives me crazy. There's something about
you know what
him
drives me crazy
that
about Tom
drives me
Cruise?
crazy.
He's a phenomenal actor, and I get excited every time I see him on screen. That's what
Does the
drives me
Scientology
crazy.
thing not bother you at all?
No, because I don't. I'm not there to watch him give Scientology lectures or anything like that. I don't care. He's not murdering people. I don't
But
give.
Scientology kind of is though.
I don't give a shit about any of that.
So what if it wasn't Scientology? What if you found out that Tom Cruise was part of just a normal cult that actually does kill people? Would that change your opinion?
Is there a level of like, okay,
And so
Tom
you-
Cruise
you-
is involved with like,
So hold on a second.
Yeah.
Brad said that he would probably care if Tom Cruise was involved in a cult that actually did kill people. But what if it comes out that Scientology is that cult that is killing people?
Well, it's the same thing with like Kevin Spacey. Like I would reassess like how much I like him as an actor if I can like tolerate his movies. Because like before Kevin,
can you tolerate
Would
Kevin
you watch a
Spacey
new
movie?
Kevin Spacey movie?
no, not at all. Like that's the thing. Is
What about
like,
Woody Allen?
No, I haven't watched any of Woody Allen's new movies. Like ever since like it like became like the doc and the stuff with Ronan Farrow came out, I've been like
But you're
done
a
with
big
Woody
Roman
Allen.
Polanski fan.
Oh boy.
He goes on and on. Polanski this. He's got a fucking vanity plate that says Polanski. Like it's so weird.
I will say this.
It's
know.
Pulaski, and there's a county nearby, and I love it.
I will say this. I know I'm missing out on good films. I know that.
Not just
I
good
know
films.
That.
Not just good films. Some of the best action films of the
I know
21st
that.
century.
I know that.
And it's not an exaggeration.
And honestly, when I watched Top Gun, I there was part of me that said I need to go watch the Mission Impossible.
You really do,
films.
just to be part of the pop culture
There's
zeitgeist.
Something though. Do you understand though? There's just something, and it's not even honestly Scientology as a whole. There are Scientologists that I'll watch their films of. It's Tom Cruise's involvement in Scientology.
Well, see, that's not fair. That's not fair.
He's like the number 2 guy.
I know, but I don't like that though. The fact that you like,
I don't like that he's the number 2 guy.
No, that you're okay. I'll watch these other Scientology movies, but Tom Cruise can't do it. Just can't do it. That's crazy.
I have a hard time watching anything with Mel Gibson in it as well.
That's different though. He's a racist asshole.
Tom Cruise has said so many harmful things, though, about psychology, about women, and depression, these kind of things, that it's hard for me to suspend.
To me, that's not the same thing, though, as being a racist, like homophobic piece of shit, or like assaulting women physically, or having affairs with young men, and like enforcing yourself upon them. Like, that's not the same level of a thing. So like the fact that you still watch
find that
other
harmful, though?
I'm not saying that it's not harmful, but what I'm saying is it's not on the same level. And like for me, like what's more frustrating now about this is that you said that you still watch other people who are in Scientology, their movies, but like specifically Tom Cruise, you're like, oh no, can't do it.
They've not advocated for women not to be on depression medicine.
I mean, technically they advocate for it just by being part of Scientology.
Again, though, it's very different, because if they're not advocating publicly for it and it's a privately held belief that they have, that's different. Tom Cruise goes out and actually publicly, with Oprah and these kind of things over the last 20 years, has done a lot of harm, I think.
This is gold. We should
All
definitely
I'm just
keep
saying,
it. What are your thoughts about Donald Trump?
Okay,
you're missing out.
I agree.
You're missing out.
I'm sacrificing good films for principle. I agree.
I would also say you're slightly hypocritical, because you can't then go see Maverick and be like, oh, well, you guys made me.
Yeah.
No, I
either
agree.
hold the belief or don't,
I
Nate.
100% agree.
Okay, so you all right. So you broke the seal.
I did tell you.
Go watch the Mission Impossible movie.
Did you enjoy Maverick?
I did.
Did you enjoy Tom Cruise in Maverick?
I did.
Yeah, see, it's hard.
This is the hard thing.
Yeah.
Like, good actor.
And this
just wait until you see him run. Won't be able to quit.
Have you?
I did not see Jack Reacher.
I was going to say, so that's one of my.
I did see the Jack Reacher show, though.
Have you seen some of his older stuff? Have you ever seen like The Firm?
Yes.
Well, of course. I'm sure he's I'm sure he saw stuff up until like the stuff with Scientology. Tom Cruise got like really publicized.
No, I'm not asking because like, did you know that he was a Scientologist when he was making The Firm? That's not the question.
No.
The question was like, when you were growing up, did you watch Tom Cruise movies,
or
were you
absolutely.
more?
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
Okay.
And honestly,
Cocktail.
it's more of the
Rain
mental
Man.
health stuff that bothers me. His war against mental health care, these kind of things.
That's fair.
And it bothers me. I know it's hypocritical. I know all of those things, and I know I need to get over it.
I think I trust Tom Cruise more than doctors.
I will say I will probably again get over my principled objections to Tom Cruise and start taking in more of the movies. I will say Tom Cruise is not as vocal about some of the things that
he has toned down.
He has toned down a lot of things, which I appreciate.
And he didn't
it's
say
not
that
even that Tom Cruise is necessarily. I don't like that he is as powerful of a Scientologist. There's some things I think again that Leah Remini has said that he's involved with that I think is very problematic. It's not just a privately held belief like some people have. And again,
Chris Pratt.
Yeah, I mean, geez, Louise. More people have
Actually,
problems.
He finally addressed that.
Do you have a bigger problem with Chris Pratt's beliefs or Tom Cruise's?
I would say Tom Cruise's, because the Scientology stuff feels more cultish, and also Chris Pratt recently did address, like, he was directly asked about the stuff with that church, and like basically did as much as he could to basically like distance himself from that, and like deny that like that was something that he supported, like those views and things like that. So and I respect that immensely, because like it sucks to be painted with the brush, but like I wish you would have addressed it sooner. I guess it's like, why not? It's an issue, but like it's also one of those things where a lot of people feel very privately about their religion and stuff like that, and so
not Nate. Man, he is just out there with it.
Actually, you guys are here. Good. So what do you think about Jesus and burning in hell?
Okay, so first of all,
it sounds like a great revenge flick.
I will tell you right now that I was not a believer until I drove downtown and I saw on Sunday they had a protest, and they had all these like lovely dressed up people, and they were all telling me that I was going to go to hell if I didn't honk and support them. So now I believe. They converted me.
That's a good point. The honking does help.
It's about time. I've been putting them out there for months.
Even back in the biblical times, they had the protests where it said "honk for Jesus," and they just all held geese and would just
exactly.
I'm so mad at myself that I laughed at that.
All right, let's get to trailers, boys.
Trailer time.
Who's got trailers?
We watched 2.
Hey, if you're gonna watch
we don't.
trailer,
we don't do
you're gonna have to watch a movie trailer. We got some trailers that we're gonna show you, and it's 1, 2 trailers for you.
Oh no.
I don't ever know. Why don't you ever participate in that?
My name is Ben, and I'm here to say we're gonna watch trailers some of the day. Come with me and sit on the couch, and
I'm proud of you.
sometimes I stand up and it looks like I got a pouch.
Oh, his belly.
Yeah, it's a belly joke.
We watched some trailers.
You watched
just two trailers.
Just touching on
2 trailers we're going to touch upon today
One
on
from
this day.
Amazon Prime.
Yes, called Samaritan.
Samaritan, starring Sylvester Rocky Stallone.
Yeah, and this one comes straight out of the 90s.
100%.
It really does feel like a 90s movie. So it's a story of this Sylvester Stallone is this guy. He's a garbage man now, and apparently, as we find out through the lens of a kid who runs into him, that he used to be a superhero known as Samaritan, but he gave it up, went into hiding, and doesn't fight crime anymore.
Was this an actual comic book?
I don't think so.
I don't believe so.
Because I will say, Samaritan, great name for a superhero.
Yeah, it is.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
It definitely has a
Samaritan.
It feels like Steel.
Yeah, oh yeah.
The movie with Shaquille O'Neal, especially because he's got that hammer.
Also feels like Kazam with the movie with Sinbad.
Well, first of all, it's Shazam
Oh,
is the one with Sinbad. Kazam is the one with Shaq.
Gotcha, but the one with Sinbad never existed.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
So this it looks fun. It looks enjoyable. It does look like it has a 90s movie quality to it.
Still though, I enjoyed the trailer.
I think it looks like it'll
Why
be
is our
entertaining.
voices are going?
We're excusing it. Nate, what did you think?
Honestly, it looked fun. Like there's
Make your
nothing
voice go
wrong
up.
with it. They look fun.
I will say there were times when I was like, I wish we had a better actor than Sylvester
That's
Stallone
exactly what I was gonna
in
say.
this part.
Sylvester Stallone cannot act. All right, and so
He can act.
He can act sometimes.
No,
He can act. He can.
There's a very specific window and like kind of personality that works.
In the first Creed, he acted his butt off. He does a good job with Rocky because that's such a. He just knows that character so well.
he also,
very good.
He also wrote that film, right? And so
Right.
he writes those things
Yeah.
for him. He didn't write this film,
And
so he's
First Blood,
acting.
I would say that there's some pretty good acting in First Blood as far as his Vietnam veteran, coming to a small town and Brian Dennehy picking on him, and there's some good back and forth.
A question I've had though that I've been thinking about: do you think Martin Starr is the hairiest person in Hollywood? Have you ever seen how much beard he has? Like it is.
Which one is
thickest
Martin Starr?
He's from he was in Knocked Up. He's the teacher in the
No,
Spider-Man
why
movies.
are we bringing him up right now?
Because he's in Samaritan.
He starts. in it, yeah.
Sorry.
He's the one who tells the kid, he's like, you might need a therapist.
Yeah.
He's got that disease,
He's got
the Wolfman disease.
Yes, he does. Yes, he looks like a Wolfman.
Right
He's
before
so
that
thick.
take, he just forgot to shave his forehead.
And
It's such a thick, lustrous, full head of beard hair.
so thick. I'll say this: I'm going to see this. I'm excited
see
about it. It's PG-13. It's not going to be anything like I think.
Are you gonna watch it
action-wise
with your
great.
kids?
Yeah, I think they're going to love it.
Who would have been?
I think it's formulaic. I
who would
think
have been
the
a
kid
better
is probably going to.
choice? Who would have been a better choice for this role? You need an aging, action hero probably, but maybe not somebody in his 70s, right? You'd probably somebody in their late 50s, early 60s would probably have been.
Yeah, that's a
better.
That's a good question. I don't know.
But see, the
I'm not
problem
sure
is
I'm not sure there's anybody good right
here-
now.
I don't
because
think
here's
so
why.
either. Especially in that.
Yeah.
because if you go back to the 1980s when Schwarzenegger and Stallone were all roided out and they were just these big beefcakes, right? Then the age of the 90s came in with Bruce Willis, right? So now if you're looking for somebody who's younger than Arnold Schwarzenegger and Stallone, that genre of action heroes weren't big and bulky. So
If
it would be
Bruce Willis hadn't made Unbreakable,
Yeah.
I would say Bruce Willis.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I would say too, like there's the group that came after that really muscly '90s group,
Yep.
like Robert Downey Jr. in the Marvel films, and these kind of that aren't really. They're not action.
The
stars
90s ushered in your
necessarily,
Mel Gibson and your Bruce Willis.
Yeah.
They were more wild cards
Yep.
than they were beefcakes, and it was just more about wisecracking and being, just off the hand.
You know who would have been
Another-
fun? Nicolas Cage would have been fun.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that would
that's
have
a
been
good
good.
one.
Yeah,
He
I like
could
that.
do that.
But he doesn't have that like superhero presence that
Correct.
Sylvester Stallone does, because
Yeah.
you want somebody who like still looks like they're built like a superhero,
And Stallone pulls that part of it off. I mean, he does look like, man, that guy used to be somebody huge.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that he's been through the ringer,
Yeah,
right? Like
this
that
for
he
sure.
does
Sylvester
look
Stallone
like that.
definitely looks like he's been through the ringer. That's for sure.
He's like 76 or something.
How
like
about like Ron Perlman?
Yeah, but he isn't.
He's also 72 now.
Yeah.
You know that Ron Perlman's 72?
It didn't shock me, but I don't know if he has the. I don't associate Ron Perlman specifically with an action star. Like when you see
Yeah.
Sylvester Stallone, it's like,
You're
oh,
sure.
That's an action.
I will say the villain in this movie, the guy with the beard thing
from Vikings. Doesn't he look like he's from Vikings?
Well, I was like, oh man, it's great to see Vince from the first Fast and the Furious movie getting work still.
Wow. Okay. All right.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
So it releases August 26th. I'm gonna watch it.
I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah,
I'll watch it.
It comes out on Amazon.
What was the next trailer we watched, gentlemen? And gentlemen? And gentlemen?
Halloween Ends.
Yes.
Directed by David Gordon Green, the same one that did Halloween Kills. Also directed Pineapple Express. Written by David Gordon Green, Danny McBride, Paul Brad Logan, and Chris Bernier. I'm telling you guys, I know you guys like the Halloween films, right?
Well, I would say I would say I like 20% of the Halloween films.
Well, by now of the entirety of them,
which is 16 of them is 20%. Yeah.
So I was so happy with the first iteration of
Halloween 2018.
Yeah, I was so happy with that movie, and I was so disappointed by Halloween Kills that it was just like a Jack Reacher Never Go Back scenario.
That's a good comparison.
It was such a falling off of the
But
movie
I will say there were as many things that I thought were laughable in Halloween Kills. I think that there was still some good stuff in it. Like I think that the manner of which like Michael Myers pulls off kills, I think is still great. It's still gory, and they're still creative as far as like the weapons he uses.
He took on 18 firefighters in the opening scene, like
he's
John Wick.
Pure evil.
But that's not what those
At
movies are.
some point,
It goes from a guy he's in the shadows lurking and killing to now it's an out and out
He's
fight
rising
scene
out of
in the
he's rising out of fire. He's angry. He wants to find his sister. He got left for dead.
Not his sister.
He is pure evil.
Not his sister.
Not his sister, but you understand.
Oh, get it right,
But
man.
at some point, it's like, come on. Doesn't the military get involved somehow? Like, come on, people. What world is this?
That would be
what
hilarious.
World is this?
You think if
That's awesome, actually.
if the mayor of Haddonfield called and was like, we have one guy who just keeps
just killing
stabbing
everyone.
people
He's
with
just-
random things, and
Literally.
we need the National
We
Guard.
cannot put out a fire now. He killed all of our fire.
But also, and they're like, no, fuck you, we're not coming. And he sends one video clip, and they're like, yep, we're sending the National Guard because this guy's a superhuman.
No one can send a video clip because everyone who encounters Michael Myers is dead.
When is it going to end, though? Like, when is it going to end?
Halloween ends.
Halloween ends.
It's not going to end.
It's in the title. No, I
Oh.
honestly think that.
Well, Jamie Lee Curtis won't be in it anymore.
Yeah,
but
no.
Halloween as a franchise is not ending.
No.
I think as
They'll
far
reboot it.
as far as this iteration of Halloween, since they did wipe canon clean to continue this sequel, this will be the end of this franchise with Laurie Strode. And if they ever do Halloween again, it'll be a different kind of Michael Myers, a different story, that kind of thing.
They're also, I mean, here's the sad thing. They're cheap movies to be made, right? I mean, they're $15 to $20 million movies to be made.
These probably
and they're
aren't.
commercially successful. No, this was 2021's Halloween Kills. It was $20 million budget.
Are you serious?
And it made $132 million.
Because it was I'm sorry, but the way that it was shot, it didn't look cheap to me. Honestly,
horror movies are just cheap to make.
They're just cheap, right?
Well, I don't know. So that honestly, the set on fire and everything. I mean,
David Gordon
cool.
Green is also a very economical filmmaker. He comes from the indie world. He knows how to stretch bucks.
That's fair because if I'm gonna give Halloween Kills any credit whatsoever, is that if you would have told me if you would have had me to guess the budget, I would have said it's a $60 million budget.
Because you think Jamie Lee Curtis has to have a decent amount of that, right?
$5 million,
yeah,
$6 million.
2018's Halloween made $255 million off of $15 million.
Listen, I understand why.
These
right?
are,
I don't have to love
commercially
it, but I will
films.
say the John Carpenter Halloween franchise. I do like it so much that I did buy the pinball machine. So I own the John Carpenter's Halloween pinball machine, and we were playing it the other night at the kind of open house for my birthday that Nate couldn't be at, but Brad was. Thank you, buddy. And we had a good time, but we were setting up for it, and my partner Ryan Hart, who I'm partnering with in the arcade, his kids are smaller.
I thought I was your life partner.
Not yet. His kids are smaller, and she's probably maybe 6 or 7, and she walks up to the machine, and her dad's like, "Oh, this is Halloween, and it's based off a scary movie." And I made the comment like, "Oh yeah, this is an all-time classic movie," and she goes, "Why?" And I'm like, "I don't know." I mean, because I ended up telling her because it was the first time that something like this kind of scary movie had happened. Because I'm not trying to, well, he's got this knife, right? And he just stabs the babysitter for no fucking reason. Like, you don't want to do that to a 7-year-old. So how do you explain to a 7-year-old why Halloween is so iconic?
Yeah.
And I told her it's the first time that they had a guy in a mask like that, and he was kind of like, it was just different than what we had seen previously, and it was groundbreaking because of that. And she just looked at me with those dead eyes like kids do, and they're just like, huh? But anyway, That's my story.
Yeah, she doesn't really understand the concept of it.
It's hard. It was
going
hard.
to see it?
It was hard.
Yeah, no, of course. I will. I'll see this movie immediately. You know, I like.
Is it a go to the theater film?
Brad will see it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, is it coming out in Halloween times?
Yeah, it comes out in like early October.
Okay,
October
then
14th.
I will too. Yeah, Bailey and I'll be there.
Yeah, you gotta go see these in theater. It's fun to see it with an audience.
Do you want Rob Zombie to take over the franchise again now that you know?
I hope Rob Zombie takes over all franchises. To be honest, I want to see
Rob Zombie presents Jason Bourne.
Yeah, I want to see Rob Zombie do
with
a Pixar movie.
Puppets.
Why puppets?
I don't know because anymore I just feel like Rob Zombie would like throw in puppets because he's so fucking terrible.
Huh.
See the Monsters movie.
So here's something interesting I just remembered that I want to talk about. So there was this pair of writers, Ben Collins and Luke Piotrowski. They wrote a reboot for Hellraiser. I think it's still in development, if I remember correctly.
I think so. Yep.
So at one point when they were talking about rebooting the Halloween franchise, they asked for like a bunch of pitches from a bunch of different filmmakers to see like what they wanted to do. And so they came up with a Halloween reboot pitch. And so like similarly, they had an approach where they wanted to wipe the slate clean. They didn't want anything that happened after the original Halloween. But rather than do something that's still focused on Laurie Strode and continue that story, they wanted to approach it in a way where Michael Myers was never referred to as Michael Myers. He was always referred to as the Shape. And the way the franchise would work if they continued it and after with this reboot is that Halloween would basically become a thing where every year on Halloween, this person known as the Shape would appear somewhere in the United States and just kill random people in a small town and then disappear. It's like an urban legend, myth kind of thing, and so you would never know where, you would know when because it would always be on Halloween. But like that's what their approach.
Yeah, and the whole idea behind that is like in the real world, nobody's canceling Halloween, even though this happens because what are the chances it's going to be my small town?
Right, exactly.
Right, so I think you make that movie, just call it The Shape.
It is coming out on Hulu this year, by the way.
The Hellraiser thing.
Yeah, that Hellraiser one.
But yeah, so it's I thought that's a really cool idea. You know,
Let's go make that
It's
movie.
a completely different approach, and I hope that if and when they do reboot Halloween, that they do something different like that.
Let's do that, Nate. We're gonna film this film, right? And we're gonna call it Slash-a-Lantern.
Oh boy.
Anybody?
Nate, do me a favor. Get on your cheating computer. Find out if there is a movie called Slash-a-Lantern.
Slash-a-Lantern?
Like
Slash-o-lantern.
like instead of Jack-o'-lantern? It's Slash-a-Lantern.
Slash-a-lantern. Just type it in. You look confused as if you don't know how to look it up.
Why would? Do you not get the pun? Is that what it was? Okay, he gets it.
All right, Slash-a-Lantern, Halloween slasher short film.
There it is. So already gone.
Yep.
So you missed it.
Yep, it's a 6-minute short film. Looks like from 2020. You just missed your window.
What's his
too.
email? I'm gonna buy it. What's his email?
I don't know.
I'm gonna buy the rights.
Here's the breakdown. It's been 3 years since a mysterious killer murdered Kevin's brother on Christmas Eve.
Oh.
This Halloween, Kevin faces a terrifying showdown when the masked madman returns, but this time,
Wait, you said
he's ready for him.
You said Christmas Eve.
Well, yeah. So he killed him
on Christmas Eve,
but it's now the next
now
Halloween.
It's Halloween.
Yep.
Seems weird.
It's a 6-minute film. You're gonna go. You need a minute to explain that part. Come on, guys. What are you doing?
I don't know if it's a great film.
It has potential, I guess.
Hey, Slash-a-Lantern has. I'm gonna watch it. Is it online?
Yeah, I'll send it to you.
Oh, please do.
Please do.
And I will have my recap for you guys next time.
Halloween Kills, a great movie.
I know you're just trying to get us back on track, but that's not the way to do it.
I think it's a great way.
It's
to do
not. It's the bad way to do it because it's a bad movie.
It's not a great movie.
And you should be. You should
guys
feel
haven't
bad
even
for
seen
saying
it
it's
yet.
good.
You don't know if it's.
I like. No, we're talking about Halloween Kills.
Oh,
I like parts of it. Oh, so to talk about the trailer, actually, that's because we haven't really talked about the actual trailer.
I'm the only one that did. Yeah.
I like. So this is a short teaser because they already released one previously, and this one is really just all about Michael Myers and Laurie Strode confronting each other. There's random shots to like other people screaming and stuff that happen, but it's definitely just a fight between Laurie and Michael Myers inside of a house. First of all, what I do like. I like the throwback to the opening of the original Halloween because he does walk up to the house. He walks upstairs and into a room, and like Laurie's in there. It's a room that's kind of similar to the one that his sister was in when he was younger. And then honestly, I would love it if this entire movie, like just 70 minutes of it, was just Michael Myers and Laurie
them in the
fighting.
house.
Just fighting each other. just
with like trying to put a hand in a garbage disposal.
Right.
Yeah.
The whole time, just him.
That's all he's trying to do. He's not even trying to kill her. He's got a very.
I'm gonna make this work.
No,
He's got a very specific way.
I love it too because her dialogue the entire time is no.
No.
Slaps him with her other hand.
No, stop. No.
It does look pretty intense, though. She's ready for him this time after being in a hospital bed for a whole movie.
See, that was so silly.
But I think.
Hey, Jamie Lee Curtis, do you want $3 million to lay down?
Why not?
For like a long time?
Why not?
Yeah, as long as you
Yes.
bring me
Yes,
my
I do.
Activia, I'll be set.
I'll be regular. It's a poop joke.
So Ben, did you like it or no? Did
The
you like
trailer?
Yeah.
No.
You don't like the trailer?
It's
a good trailer.
No, because I know what it's about. I know that it's...
Everyone knows what it's about.
No,
Yeah, you say,
like...
we've known since like the
I-
third
No,
of
I already
the
know what the
13 films.
movie's about, so I don't really like the trailer very much.
I know the direction they're taking now. They've shit the bed with the kills. They're going to continue to shit the bed with the ends. It's going to be a bad movie.
I don't think they will.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, I'm sorry. When the original in this case being 2018 is pretty good, and then the sequel shits the bed. You know what always saves the day? The fucking third one.
here's the thing is,
That definitely
it's
always
the
comes
same
back,
crew.
swings back
It's
the other
same
way.
crew, so they have the ability, right? We know they have the ability to tell a good story and direct a good story. So it's the same crew, same writer, same director. these kind of things.
Name me that when that's happened. Then the third one being like on par with the first one.
Ragnarok was better than the
There's
first
been
one.
4 now though, so that doesn't matter. You've got to.
But the third one was better than the first.
Yeah,
and second two.
and you asked a very specific question, and he answered it. And he
The
was correct.
first one is not the best one though. The third one is.
So maybe this one will be better than the first one.
The Star Wars prequels.
The third one.
The third one is on par, if not a little bit better than the first one, and the second one shits the bed.
Yeah.
But it's these are all part of a longer series though. I need
What
a
is
trilogy.
Halloween?
So it's Halloween, dipshits.
No,
Jeez.
how do you say the word canonically?
Kenobi.
No. Canonically.
Canonically.
There we go.
Canada.
Canonically, in these 3 is what I'm talking about.
Well, even though you're still wrong, because there's 4 then. Because it's the original Halloween, Halloween 2018.
Oh, that's fair.
Halloween Kills, Halloween Ends.
I'll give you the credit. I'll give you credit where
I
credit's
just
due
feel
there.
like it's easier to end a story than it is to continue a story sometimes.
This movie.
And
Oh, for sure.
They,
for
they
sure.
might have some good ideas to end this, because it seems like you said, this team, this is their last film in the Halloween
I
franchise.
can't imagine.
So,
I can't imagine the ending of this reboot franchise being worse than
Yeah.
what they tried to conceive as the
Sure.
endings for the previous Halloween movies. Like Halloween H2O was meant to be the end, but it was such a big hit. They were like, "Well, no, we got to do another one." And Halloween Resurrection, even worse.
and here's the thing: is I know you didn't like the last Halloween film. It was like rated fairly well, though. Like Rotten Tomato score on those are pretty good.
Well,
They're in the 70s, I think.
No. Halloween Kills is in the 40s.
I don't think so.
I guarantee.
I don't think it's in the
40s. It's not in the
70s,
70s.
yeah.
at
Is it that
all.
bad?
It's bad. I'm going to say 33%.
I don't remember a lot of good critical reactions to Halloween Kills.
I'm guessing 33%.
What was the first Halloween rated?
I'm gonna guess that was at probably 65%.
Yeah, Halloween Kills 39%.
Oh, is that bad? Okay.
Yeah.
What was the first one?
66% audience score though.
What was
Yeah,
the
maybe
first?
that's what I saw.
The,
Yeah.
the 2018 version. I said 65% was my guess.
Oh,
on
you
that.
and Nate, you got a guess? You wanna throw it in there? Yeah.
The which one? The 20?
Halloween 2018.
The Halloween 2018.
I know
Did
it
you look
was.
it up?
No, I haven't looked
Cheated?
up.
I don't know. He's got his computer open.
No,
79%.
Oh, okay. Wow. Yeah,
I looked him up yesterday, but I think I looked up the audience score, not the Rotten Tomatoes rating.
that's fair,
So
guys. We did it.
Nate, are you gonna see the Halloween movie in theaters?
probably not.
Have you seen any Halloween movies
I
in
have.
theaters? Which one?
Oh, not in theaters. No, but
No.
I've seen Halloween films.
Oh, so you've never seen them in theaters?
No,
It's really fun to watch the
I feel
original
like-
Halloween in theaters.
I feel like we all know what's going to happen. Halloween, we know what's going to happen.
Yeah, but
with
like we
Halloween.
knew what was going to happen with Titanic, and we still enjoyed that film.
No, I didn't. I've never seen Titanic.
Are you serious?
I've never seen Titanic.
Tom
Are you-
Cruise
are
isn't
you
even
being-
in that.
Are you being serious right now?
I've never seen Titanic.
Dude,
Well,
it's a very
it's
good movie.
Very good, yeah.
Yeah, okay, it came out when we were like, what, 12 or 13 or something?
Yeah, I saw it 7 times in the theater.
It came out in 1998.
I saw it
Okay,
7
so we're
times.
1997.
16, maybe 15.
7
16.
times in the theater.
There was nothing
Did
about
you
it
really?
as a 15
Yeah.
or 16-year-old
I
that
took
I
a
wanted
different
to see.
girl every time.
Oh, that makes sense.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
So I saw half the movie 7 times.
And so it was one of those things where,
You fell asleep?
Yep.
yeah, because it's not great.
No, I was making out.
Oh.
That was
And
the
he got
joke.
tired and he fell asleep. He always gets tired from making out.
Yeah, Brad knows.
No, I've not seen it. There's nothing about it that I missed the window right when it was new when it came
honestly,
out.
you didn't.
You didn't know.
Yeah, no, it's very good.
I don't know if you know this. The boat sank 110 years ago, you can watch it.
And it's very
but,
much, and it's very much a movie that like stands the test of time. Not just like the story wise, it's timeless, but it's like the visual effects in it are still very good. It's a really good movie, man.
Leonardo DiCaprio is a Scientologist.
I don't think he is.
No, he's an environmentalist.
Okay.
Those are two different.
But you should take the time to watch it because it's.
Hey, I told you guys. You guys know this too. I've never seen Avatar.
That I don't.
That
care
one I
about
don't give a
that.
shit
Yeah,
about. Yeah.
You can.
You're fine.
You can watch Avatar on your cell
So
phone.
you
and I
would
wouldn't
say
care.
you would say then that Titanic is better than Avatar.
Oh, absolutely.
By leaps and bounds.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'll watch it.
For sure.
Yeah, Fern Gully 3D. I don't need to see that again.
Like I'll put on Titanic in the background while I'm working, and like if Avatar's on, I won't.
If Avatar's on, I'll quit my job.
You guys ready for a game?
Yeah. Is it game time? What? Yeah. So you go ahead and sing your little song, Nate.
Oh, crud! There's a song that has to go with it, right?
Yeah.
All right. Let's go with. Let's all get a rocky high. It's time for Sly or Lie. Sly or Lie.
Sly or Lie.
Oh.
This is facts about Sylvester Stallone.
So this is interesting. I don't know for sure, but I think this is the first time that the song has been based on the actual game,
and also an original. We normally will just grab a song, and like Mary Had a Little Lamb, and like.
Oh no!
Here too. Play some games.
First of all, I'm hoping to put out an album.
First of all, I'll never put it to a basic tune like Mary Had a Little Lamb.
No,
I'll always pick a real song, not a nursery rhyme where he can easily rhyme it like a child.
That's not the point
of
that.
I want the credit. I want the credit for my song abilities.
You know what I was doing there.
I know, and it didn't make sense.
So the purpose of the game is it Sly or is it a lie? Facts about Arnold
Schwarzenegger.
Yeah. So for instance, Sly or Lie, Sylvester Stallone is 76 years old.
That sounds like Sly.
Sly. Correct. Yep. Correct. That is not a lie. All right. So that's the point of the game, Sly or Lie. You say that fact that I just gave you is a lie or it is Sly.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Is it we both go at the same time?
You guys can both guess at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And then we'll take points from there. All right.
Okay. All right.
So when Sylvester Stallone was 12 years old, he got into a fight with a 20-year-old, beating up on his little brother, legendary actor Frank Stallone. After taking quite a beating, but ultimately getting his brother out of the fight, Sylvester Stallone was left with permanent paralysis in his face, giving him his signature slurred speech. Sly or Lie?
That's a really long.
It's a very
lie.
elaborate story.
I'm gonna go Sly because of that, because it's so long. This is gonna set the tone for the game, because if he took the time to make that up, then I'm more interested.
That's what I was thinking too. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Sly.
That is a lie.
Oh, this son of a bitch.
Complications during labor forced his mother's obstetricians to use 2 pairs of forceps during his birth.
Canonically.
Misuse of these forceps accidentally severed a nerve and caused paralysis in parts of Stallone's face.
Oh.
Okay.
Sly or Lie?
Did he get revenge on those obstetricians?
This is what Samaritan's about. All right. Sly or Lie? Sylvester Stallone's dad is famous mafia driver Francisco Stallone. He was famously the getaway driver for Al Capone when he robbed New York City National Bank and got away with a reported $6 million.
Sly.
Yeah, Sly.
That is as well a lie. Francisco Frank Stallone Sr. was a hairdresser. His father moved the family to Washington, D.C. in the early 1950s to open a beauty school.
All of these so far have been like, Sylvester Stallone's a badass. And I'm like, Sly. Like, nope. It was a birth defect. And also his dad was a hairdresser.
So the score is 0-0.
Thank you.
Sly or Lie, Sylvester Stallone has his first starring role in the softcore pornography film The Party at Kitty and Studs. He was paid a mere $200 for 2 days' worth of work.
Now that is Sly.
That's 100% Sly.
Because they rebranded it as the Italian Stallion.
That is true.
Yeah.
You guys both get a point. Sly or Lie, legendary writer and director Frank Capra said this about the 1976 film Rocky, written and starring Sylvester Stallone. I think it is the best picture in the last 10 years. It has got my vote for the Oscars all the way down the line.
That's Sly.
I'm going to say it's a lie.
It is Sly. He actually did say that. Yet he thought it was the best film of the last 10 years.
If you think about it, Rocky does have a lot of Frank Capra-esque things.
Capra-esque saying all the words all the way down the line doesn't really. I don't know.
I think he wanted him to get anything he was nominated for. I think he thought they should win. All right. Here's a couple more here. Sly or Lie. Rambo, a 1998 film. Ants has a higher Rotten Tomato than 1976 film Rocky. So which one has the higher? Sly or Lie? Does Ants have a higher rating on Rotten Tomatoes than Rocky?
Lie. Rocky is higher.
Which Rambo?
No, sorry, Rocky or Ants.
Oh, Rocky or Ants.
So the fact is, Ants has a higher rating on Rotten Tomatoes than Rocky.
And I'm going to say that's a lie.
See, this is one of those things where like
Rocky has 79%, and Ants has 80 somehow.
Yeah, and it would be shocking. I'm gonna say it's Sly.
Brad gets it as well. It is. Ants has a higher Rotten Tomatoes rating. It has 92, and Rocky has 91.
Wow.
Yeah, see, it was one of those.
Sly or
I don't think Ants is that good.
But see, you gotta remember though, I think that back then when those movies were starting to come out, the technological achievements of them were outpacing the story. They weren't even looking at the story.
No, because honestly, Ants is one of those movies where the animation in it is probably the least impressive thing about it.
But when it came out, was it?
Yeah, because it came out after Shrek, and Shrek was better animated.
Right. Well, maybe you're just wrong about how good the movie was. Maybe go rewatch it.
Sylvester Stallone, Sly or Lie.
Maybe it didn't come out after Shrek. I'm gonna have to look this up now.
I think Ants came out before Shrek.
You might be.
Shrek's 2003.
You
Ants
might
is
be
2001.
right because Ants.
Ants is 1998.
Oh,
okay,
yeah, there.
yeah,
See,
because it came out around time of Bug's Life, so that makes sense. Yeah.
All right, Sly or Lie.
Still looks like shit.
Sylvester Stallone is the all-time Razzie Award champion with 30 nominations and 10 wins, more than any other actor in history.
Ooh.
Sly or Lie?
I'm gonna say Lie. And I'm gonna guess who it is.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Lie.
I'm gonna say
it's who would you say it is?
Nicolas Cage.
Who would you say it is?
I would say that that's a very good guess. I'm gonna say Bruce Willis.
You guys are both wrong.
It's
the
Sly?
winner is Sly.
Oh!
All right, final question. Actually, Brad has won the game. You got 2. Ben has got 0. Sly or Lie, in the upcoming film Expendables 4, the main antagonist will be played by Sylvester Stallone's best friend and godfather of his 9 children, Jake the Snake Roberts.
That's a lie.
Yeah, it's a lie.
Correct. That's a lie in almost every way. He doesn't have 9 children, and Jake the Snake Roberts is not his best friend, and Jake the Snake Roberts is not starring in the next Expendables film.
As far as we know.
As far as we know.
So congratulations to Bradford Oman, who won this game.
Pew, 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 pew.
Way to go, buddy. Sly
Some might
or
say
Lie?
I am Sly in winning this game.
I'm going to say that's a lie because I won the game. So that's how I'm going to tell everybody.
You know, we're all winners in our hearts.
Good job, boys.
We did it.
So, Nate, when are you going to watch Mission Impossible movies?
So would you rather me watch Titanic or Mission Impossible?
Mission Impossible.
Titanic.
Well, Titanic's like 4 hours.
Yeah,
right?
it's
So-
3 hours.
Yeah, so
But it honestly, so I know people say this, but it doesn't feel that long. Like, it's a really good movie, and you start watching it.
It is very well paced.
It's very well paced.
I know. There's nothing about it that made me want to see it. But I will watch it for you guys.
You really should. And the Mission Impossible movies, honestly, like...
Oh, dude. So, you've never watched any of them?
No, I think I did see the first 1 or 2 back because they came out in 2000
First
or
one,
something.
first one came out in 96.
Yeah,
The second one
so,
came out in 2000.
Before my stance
Or
for
99.
Tom Cruise got solidified because he said things about Brooke Shields taking antidepressants after, which you guys seem to be fine with.
She doesn't need them.
She just needs to pray to a volcano with Lord Xenu, and it'll be fine.
She probably would have been fine if she didn't make Blue Lagoon.
Or what's the other one? What's the movie or the TV series? Suddenly Susan.
Suddenly Susan.
Yeah, Suddenly Depressed.
Oof.
Wow.
Suddenly
guys,
boozing.
I see why you like Tom Cruise so much.
We're joking around.
No,
Suddenly cruising.
There's no joking about
Mental
this.
health is
Guys, I
not
said suddenly
something-
cruising.
Oh. Hey, a little Easter egg for you about Thor: Love and Thunder. The goat boat has a bar, And above that bar, there is a neon sign that says Cocktails and Dreams, which is the
The
cocktail
name of the
bar,
bar
from Cocktail.
No way.
Yep. That's a nice callback there, buddy.
That's a good Easter egg.
Yeah. Also, in Top Gun Maverick,
Tom Cruise plays Maverick.
Yeah,
and he was in
Top Gun, where he also played Maverick. I don't know if you knew that or not.
Wait,
is that really what you're going to do?
I was gonna say.
there was another Top
Wait,
Gun?
there was a first Top Gun?
But yeah, like the Mission Impossible movies. You can skip 2.
I was gonna say. So where is there a good? Because there's been a few of them.
Yeah.
Is there a good
3.
kind of reboot
3.
of the franchise?
So,
that I can
3.
start at?
So
well, hold on.
So
You go for it, Brad.
So the first one was directed by Brian De Palma, so it has a very like distinct filmmaker style.
I
to
do
it.
remember seeing that.
And
That's
it's-
way more espionage heisty.
Yeah, but it was also the movie that did like spark Tom Cruise's blockbuster action career. Like that was a huge movie for him, completely changed his career. Mission Impossible 2 is a John Woo movie. So
And it's a romance.
and it is bonkers. The action in the movie is on a completely different level than the first movie.
Which one do you like better?
Well, the first one by far.
By far.
The first one, in my opinion, I think is still the best Mission Impossible.
The second one, it's like John Woo got drunk and made a John Woo movie drunk.
And
it's
there,
that
like,
crazy.
there are
It's
there are
not good.
legitimately doves that fly through
Yeah.
action scenes.
It's like the flapping
Like with bullets going everywhere?
Yeah.
slow motion doves coming out.
It is very, very silly.
Yeah, but the third one is a all-timer.
Yeah, I love the third one. It's directed by J.J. Abrams. Philip Seymour Hoffman's the villain. It's very, very good.
Do it? You want to do it?
And that's kind of the
Do
start.
it. Do it. Do it.
Come
Do
on.
it.
You have a wife, girlfriend. So I'm gonna find her. I'm gonna hurt her.
Such a good impression. I just love when he does
You're
it.
not gonna be able to do shit about it. But no, it's really, really good. I actually just recently rewatched it. I got my mom to start watching the Mission Impossible movies, and then like
To try to get into her Scientology.
and that's the one that like does kind of like it kind of acts as a franchise reboot, but not really. Like it's a different ensemble as far as like the IMF team is concerned.
Yeah.
They do bring Ving Rhames back.
That's the team that he has.
Would you say they're better than the National Treasure films?
Yes.
Well,
But I do love the first National
hold on.
Treasure.
First National Treasure is way better than Mission Impossible 2.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So let's see.
for sure.
Let's just ease
But
easy.
but
Let's
overall,
slow your roll here.
the Mission Impossible movies are
Yeah,
better.
no, you're right.
Mission Impossible 4: Ghost Protocol is the
Now
one.
that's the one.
That's the one where they really started to lean into like Tom Cruise doing
I
crazy
hear about that
stunts.
one often.
Yeah.
That's when we hung outside the Dubai Tower
Yep,
or whatever.
yep.
The
and all
Burj
that.
Khalifa.
Yeah. No, that's a
the
rapper.
stunts start getting really crazy on that one, right?
Yes, yeah, and they get crazier from there. Like
Want
the
a
stuff
little-
he does is just
want a little credit
amazing.
for that joke.
Ben said Burj Khalifa is a rapper because Wiz Khalifa is a rapper, and
That's a pretty good joke, and I said it pretty quickly. And
It's
you kind of just glossed over it though, and I would just want
it's mostly because like it's like you're a 41-year-old white guy.
that recognized that sounded like a rapper
Right.
because it's a real rapper.
Yeah.
That's fair.
But yeah, by the time you come back for a podcast in a few days, I hope that you have watched at least one of the Mission Impossible movies.
That will be what I report back on for the film. The last film that I watched is I will go through the Mission Impossible.
Are you going to start with the first one, or are you going to start with the third one?
I'll go with the first one.
Okay.
Oh, can we do this? So you're gonna start with the first one.
Yep.
Let's give each other assignments before we come back.
Oh, okay.
Like,
Oh.
so
Whoa,
you
whoa,
guys, you two get to decide what I watch.
wa-
Brad, what should we have Brad watch? What should Brad have to watch? What should we make him watch? And then you guys got to think about what you want me to watch too. I'm probably gonna watch. I know what I'm watching this weekend is Prey comes out on Friday on Hulu.
Oh, of course.
And I
Yeah,
will
that's
absolutely
gonna
be
be
watching that.
Well, first of all,
But we're gonna be recording before that.
I want you to see Nope.
I don't know that I'll have time to see it in the theater.
Yeah, that's the hard thing is seeing
Like
it
this
in the
week.
theater.
No, you
Before-
don't have to see. You don't have to see it this
Oh,
week.
no, I will
I
see
know,
it.
but like,
I absolutely
what film
want to
should
see
he
it.
watch before
Yeah,
the
like
next
I,
What film should you watch this week? I'm trying to think of something. If there's
and we
something
got to
that
think about him too.
I'm trying to think if there's something that I've told you to watch that you just haven't yet that you need to. Oh, The Office.
Nope.
Oh
wait, nope. The movie.
Yeah. Gosh, I'm blanking on like the movies that I've told you.
And again, like I'm doing the same thing because there was a movie that I just told you about the other day, and I made a reference to it. And you're like, "Oh, I've never seen that." I was like, "What? How have you not seen that movie?"
Yeah.
And
I
it was
forget.
probably something from the '90s.
I'll tell you what, we'll talk about it off air.
Yeah.
And we'll
Yeah.
and we'll come back and
There we go.
we'll tell you what the assignments were.
Mine
And-
is Mission Impossible. We'll figure out your guys.
Okay, I love
Yep.
it. Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Well, guys, this has been, of course, a lot of fun as always.
Hey, if you like this podcast, if you like us and like what we do, please give us a 5-star rating on iTunes or Spotify or Stitcher or wherever you listen to your podcast. Give us a rating, subscribe, tell your friends, tell them to come enjoy and have fun with us talking about movies and just laughing and having a good old time.
Yeah. And if you want to become a guest on Go Flix Yourself, no.
Well, that's not true.
I'm just joking. You can actually contact us if you really do want to be a guest. You think you like movies and TV, and you want to talk about some stuff. Come on the show. We record all the time.
Yeah, we're doing a lot. We're doing a lot in person right now because we're getting back into it. But we will do some virtual stuff at some point.
Absolutely,
have some guests on.
And you can just send us a message if you want to ask a question about a movie that you want us to cover.
Or if there's a movie you think we should watch.
Yeah, I'd love that too.
Yeah, or if you want to find out our opinions on something and hear the bad ones that Ben has.
Listen, Harrison Ford is a piece of shit.
Yeah, between your Harrison Ford nonsense and between your Tom Cruise nonsense, I don't even know why you guys are on a movie podcast.
Fine. I'm sorry that not all of us are okay with Roman Polanski.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So signing off for Nate Laux, Ben Conowitz, and Roman Polanski superfan Brad Oman.
There's going to be a real weird audio glitch.
Bye, everybody. Bye.
Nah, cheating, eh?